ShowerTok has an overconsumption problem. So today we're going to look into this overconsumption, the impact of it, and we're going to be seeing if we can escape it, starting with this clip.
Preparing for the 3-hour shower.
Okay, so there's a few things that stick out to me in this clip. The first thing is, and it's kind of hard to see, so you really have to be paying attention, but there's enough shower products in here to clean a small village, if the small village was New York City. And because of that, everything feels so cluttered. She has a ton of soaps and shampoos and even more body scrubs just stacked on top of one another. And if that wasn't enough, she turns on her shower's club mode to set the mood. But that's not all. This is where this video gets even more confusing to me. If you asked me if you could put a lamp in the shower, I'd probably say, no, I don't think you can. I don't think you should. Probably not a good idea. But this person is a boundary pusher, as we can all see. She then also turns on her speaker, I assume to play some tunes. And she also has a special phone holder to watch Netflix. And this whole setup culminates in a 3-hour shower. So she probably comes out of there looking like that one grandma from SpongeBob. And beyond the things I just casually satirically mentioned, there are a few issues that come with videos like this, but I will talk about those more in a moment. Really, there's so many examples like this. It seems like it's a never-ending cycle. And there's more insane, crazy shower talk videos we'll look at, but in order to understand this in full context, we'll need to start at the beginning. First, I want to explain what I mean specifically when I say shower talk. When I'm talking about this, I'm referring to the type of videos where people film restocks, shower routines, or overall just anything involving a shower. It's a pretty large net of content I'm talking about. I know, who would have guessed that shower talk would consist of shower content? It's mind-blowing. I believe shower talk started with this whole satisfaction wave of content, the type of content that was created to scratch a certain itch in the brain, content like ASMR. I don't know if you guys remember, but it seems like a few years ago, this was the only type of content that was uploaded on YouTube. It seemed like anytime I would go on the YouTube homepage, it would just be filled with ASMR videos. And honestly, it kind of felt like I couldn't go more than 30 minutes without hearing someone squishing slime in my ear. All of that to say is that people were getting some crazy dopamine hits from this kind of content. It was like the cool new hip drug that all the cool kids were taking, which don't do that. Don't do that. I'd say no. Say no. But then came TikTok and its algorithm. Then in about 2019, we started seeing the early days of Clean Talk, which is where creators would get millions of views on videos of them cleaning counters, bathrooms, and my personal favorite, making poison. Then came 2020, where COVID caused everybody to become obsessed with hygiene. Finally, people started washing their hands after using the bathroom, only for them to stop 6 months later. Some of us, not pointing anyone out, some of us still don't do it. Then, of course, this was followed up by the overconsumption era, which still lingers to this day. It's lingering like a little lingerer. And one thing that I find interesting about overconsumption, and actually I only realized this pretty recently, was that there are different genres of overconsumption. And now that we understand how we got here, I want to go through a few of these different genres of overconsumption on Shower Talk. Now this is a genre I talked about a little bit earlier, but I wanted to dive more into it. Shower restock is simply just restocking your bathroom with supplies, which doesn't sound bad on its surface. I mean, we all need to restock supplies. We can't use empty bottles and stuff. We can't just use gross toothbrushes. So it sounds good, but let me show you what I mean.
So it is finally time to re-up on my shower products. A lot of these are pretty much empty, or kinda empty.
If for whatever reason your eyes were closed during this video, or you were paying attention to something else, even though you should be paying attention to me, but whatever, what she's saying during this video doesn't sound crazy at all. She's just refilling her old shower products because they're almost empty, and that's what everybody does, okay? Everybody, like it or not, restocks their bathroom at some level, at some point. You don't just keep using empty shampoo bottles. They don't work. I've tried. But I do find one tiny little small problem with that. She has an entire warehouse of showering stuff, most of which I find a little bit unnecessary. I mean, come on, realistically, you only need one thing in here. Irish Spring 5-in-1 body wash and shampoo. I'm gonna say it. That's all you need. So that in itself is a very high level of overconsumption, but what makes it worse to me is that she says this.
A lot of these are pretty much empty, or kinda empty.
Interesting. A lot of them are pretty much empty, she says. Then what is this? Call me crazy, but it seems like those bottles still have some good squirts left in them. So not only is this overconsumption, but it's wasteful. And that's a combo that could take down a T-Rex. But to be completely fair to her, she actually does get rid of the empty bottles. She goes through her shower and shows us that they're empty, but it still seems like she got rid of a good chunk of her products, which proves to me that she just has so much that she doesn't need here because there's so much she can't or doesn't use. And once again, we have Body Scrub Central here with every possible scent that ever has existed. But now it's time to go shopping.
Because I do not have this one. This one. Okay. I think this is everything.
If by everything you mean everything that's ever existed, then I would agree with you. And I don't know, call me crazy, call me a goofball, but it seems like she bought more than she used. For reference, here's what her emptied shower looks like, and here's everything that she bought. I feel like there may possibly have been a little bit of a miscalculation. A little bit. Also, she bought 6 different Method body washes, and I get wanting different smells. Like I get one day you might want to smell like coconut milk, and another day you'll want to smell like Daily Zen, but realistically, how often are you going to use that many different body washes? I would get 2, maybe even 3, but 6 seems like a little bit much. Seems a little extra. And I don't know, maybe that's a normal thing, but in my little monkey brain, it seems excessive. I have a few different issues with this type of content. The first 2, which I talked about a little bit earlier, is specifically overconsumption and wastefulness. At the end of the video, she shows us the receipt and it's almost $200. And the more content like this gets pushed, the more normalized that type of spending becomes. Most people probably shouldn't spend that much on products, especially for themselves, but videos like this start to become a form of justification for spending that much money on products. Like $200, that's a lot. You could buy a lot of birthday cakes. I don't know why that's what I thought about, but here we are. Then there's also the waste aspect of it, where she has to eventually throw away every bottle here. And while the occasional empty bottle might not be detrimental to the environment, if you multiply massive hauls by thousands and thousands and thousands of people, it can add up pretty quick. But again, I just have a little simple monkey brain, so what do I know? Anyways, let's move on to the next genre of shower talk overconsumption that I see. Another area that I see a lot of on Shower Talk are these massive hauls. And to me, this is pretty much peak consumption content because the whole point of it is just to show off how much you're buying. It's just a little buying video, a little buying.
I spent $400 at the Bath & Body Works semi-annual sale, and I'm gonna show you every single thing that I got. It's reasonable.
Wait a minute. Did I hear that right?
It's reasonable.
It's reasonable, huh? I don't know if I consider getting lost in the sauce reasonable, but maybe we just have different definitions of it. Who's to say? Also, I just want to point out that this video is 10 minutes long. Obviously, I'm not going to show the entire thing, but I didn't even know TikTok videos could be that long. That's kind of crazy. Vine would be proud.
Starting off strong with the Bali Mango full set. Y'all knew I was gonna get a full set of Forever Red Vanilla Rum. Next I got Velvet Sugar, and this one popped off, okay? I got Chocolate Amber. Next I got Blue Raspberry Burst. I'm so excited about this one. Then I got Bubblegum Pop, because a lot of you have been asking me for a bubblegum routine, and I just had no idea how I was gonna do that.
So that was only about 20 seconds of a 10-minute long video, and we already saw so much. She bought so many sets, which again, I don't think buying all of that can be justified, to me at least, especially because she already has an insanely large collection, which I'll show you in a second. I would actually be curious about what her justification for buying so many different products would be. And not to mention the financial side of it. I know all of this stuff isn't cheap, so I can't even imagine how much money she spent on all of this. And actually, I imagine if we saw the receipt for this, it would get added to Wikipedia's list of countries by GDP page. Really, I'm almost positive that it would be higher than at least Tuvalu's GDP, which is $68 million. Come on, who says you don't learn things on this channel? I just told you what Tuvalu's GDP is. This is I educate is what I was trying to say. And if you factor in her whole collection, I'm sure it goes much, much higher. But anyways, let's move on to the next genre of shower talk overconsumption. So showcase content is pretty much what it sounds like. It's just videos of people showcasing what they have, showcasing the goods. And in my opinion, this is where it gets the craziest. And remember this creator? And remember how I've been dangling the prospect of seeing her crazy collection in front of you like a carrot on a stick? Well, it just so happens that this video fits right into what I consider showcase content.
Hi, I'm Lainey, also known as the Overconsumption Girl, and today we're going to be showing you every single product that I have. So let's do a little tour.
That is certainly, most definitely, a collection of products. It's definitely a lot. That's a lot. And we're fortunate enough to be able to tour this massive collection, which interestingly enough, I actually think this video breaks the record for longest documentary in history, just narrowly beating out the 48-hour film
100 Years of Chrysostom.
So make sure you give her a big, healthy round of applause for that.
So this is my body care closet. I have the Bath & Body Works body creams up there. We have all of my shower gels from Bath & Body.
The shelves are bending.
The shelves are literally bending. They're starting to look like parentheses. To me, in my personal, humble little opinion, I think the point where you should at least maybe consider not buying more products should be when your shelves are getting disfigured by your coconut milk shampoo. She then continues to give us a tour, and at one point in her shower, you can literally see a collapsed shelf. Would that qualify as environmental storytelling? I feel like it should. And while looking through these TikToks, I saw another creator with a rather impressive collection that I wanted to show you guys.
Pick out a shower routine with me. Guys, what do you think I should use?
Just a random thought I had, but why is she asking us her thoughts in a pre-recorded video? Like she's actively trying to decide what to do, and then she asks us for our opinion as if we're gonna respond?
Guys, what do you think I should use?
Is she expecting us just to sense that she's talking to us, and are we supposed to like communicate through the spirit realm? Was she just expecting us to start flickering lights or something? I don't know. Anyways, back to the video.
Let's do like a beach ocean themed one because I'm missing the smell of that right now, so might as well just smell like.
So yeah, we get a pretty good look at all of our products here, and it's crazy. It's very crazy. And now that we've seen these 3 different genres of shower talk overconsumption, I want to talk a little bit about why people say overconsumption is bad and what the pushback on it has been. A lot of people talk about the effect that this type of consumption, specifically overconsumption, can have on the earth. And I mean, when we talk about things like how the personal care industry produces about 120 billion units of mostly non-recyclable waste per year, starts to make a little bit of sense as to why people are talking about it, because it's a talkable, aboutable thing. I think there's also a conversation that can be had about the emotional toll this can take on people. The APA reports that Gen Z persistently deals with high stress, and spending money on self-care products can be a way of coping with that stress instead of dealing with the root cause. And beyond that, it can also cause some cognitive issues. There's been multiple studies that link cluttered space with elevated daily cortisol levels, and that can lead to negative effects for pretty much every part of your body, every system. So what do we do? I've seen so many comments of people ignoring the criticisms of overconsumption. They'll say things like, let people enjoy things, or it's their money, they can spend it how they want. Which sure, I mean, that's valid, but it doesn't resolve any issue. And look, I get why people want to buy more. I really do. In a world that's so chaotic and so unpredictable, it gives us control. It feels like a form of self-care. But I think there's other ways we can emotionally reset. Maybe we just need a nice nap after a long day. Maybe we just need to connect with our friends more often. Maybe we just need to create something. There's so many different ways to reset and at the same time be a positive force on the world. And you know what? You can be that positive force today, right now. That can be you. Which, let me say, I find overconsumption pretty interesting. I actually think a lot of people don't give it the credit for the amount of depth it has to it, and I guess specifically the concerns that people have, especially the pipeline from normal consumption to hoarding, which I talk about more in this video right here, so go check that out. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.